Hey guys, got a few games here to show that I've just got. I've got a package from Japan in the mail today, which will complete beat 'em up series for me. I'll get round to that, but I want to start off with a game, a PS2 game that I'd heard about. Sort of a, I didn't know what to make of it. I've read reviews of the game and words were used like spiritual and emotional experience and totally indescribable, psychedelic, a stoner's game. Yeah, lots of reviews, but all the reviews agreed on one thing, that this is a very special game, very unique. It was created by Sega in 2002, and it's a rail shmup, and you lock on targets with a button, and that's a lot like Panzer Dragoon, and apparently the makers of Panzer Dragoon worked on this particular game. In the US, I think it's quite rare or sought after, and prices go up quite high, typically around about $60 to $80 it seems, for this PS2 game. In PAL regions, quite a lot cheaper. I noticed in UK eBay they're hovering around £15, and in New Zealand, not a shit show. I haven't seen any past expired listings in local auction sites, not auction shites. You know, no stores had it. But once again, the same store that came through with the goods with the Red Star game that I got, which is another obscure game, which is a gem by the way. I've had a great time playing that. I've been playing so many great games lately. I like to talk about a lot of them, you know, but I'll get to that. Rez on the PS2. I found this game and was so stoked. Now I've been playing it, man. This game is awesome. I'm not even going to try and describe it much more than I already have, but I'll just read you the back, for instance. This is sort of like the mystique, like discover a new world, a world of sound, visuals and vibrations. Enter the network and awake Eden. Release your instincts, open your senses, experience synesthesia. So there you go, guys. It's these. Basically, it's a lot like if you play Layer Section on the or the Panzer Dragoon games on the Saturn. The lock-on target's a rail shooter perspective, going through absolutely psychedelic stages with the music, and when you kill the enemies, it leaps off bleeps and sounds. It blends into the trance tracks. Now it's trance, and it's a wee bit dated, like the sort of by the numbers sort of mainstream sort of trance music. I really would have liked if they used heaps more sort of psych trance elements into it to really twist it up, but it's had so much fun. Quite a short game. I haven't finished it. I got up to the last boss, but in this about its third phase I get wasted. I've got to figure out how to finish it, but you unlock 4 different areas. The stages are long at least, and the words that I described in that in the reviews, like spiritual, emotional, and it says things like don't think, just let your instincts take over. I can agree with that in some respects, because you do get into like a trance-like state playing this game once you're in the zone. And the second stage, and the boss of the second stage, is one of the most memorable boss fights I've ever had, just for the absolute bizarreness and just amazing colours and psychedelic aspect of it. It's just great. And when I was playing it, my girlfriend shouted over my shoulder, "Hey, that's a Nautilus shell." I didn't even notice it. Like, these things been making big coils like shells and stuff. Like, this is going to sound like complete gobbledygook to you guys if you don't know what this game is, but get this game, seriously. Some might not like it so much, but it's a unique game that I really can't see that someone wouldn't derive some satisfaction from it. And if it's the sort of game that if you had people coming over who weren't into games, you'd show them something like this and it would open their eyes. Okay, I've just rambled for ages on that, but that's Rez. Popped into a Cash Converters and I got an arena shmup. like in the veins of Smash TV, Total Carnage, and we have Robotron 64. Now it comes in an X-Rental generic case, which I'll probably throw out. They've cut up the box, photocopied manual, but the game's in tidy as condition, and just looked up the Classic Games Room review on this and looks epic. Really cool arena shmup, intense, good gameplay. Stoked to have found that. I think I got that for $10, and that was $10 too. Now, I got Contra Spirits for the Super Famicom. I ordered this through a local trading site. I have the complete boxed manual copy of Super Probotector, the same game basically, just with changed sprites. But I wanted this game because it kills two birds with one stone. I get to see Contra as it is with its, you know, the human figures instead of robots. Plus, the Japanese version's the only version where you can do a level select cheat. Now, I'm not one for cheating on games. I never play on easy, and always play a game on normal at least. And but I do like to have a level select option so I can go back to it. You know, I'll play up to a level. I'll never skip ahead. But you know, just it's like a password system to come back to a game. Because I played on the Probotector version of this, I've got up to I think it's the third world where you're on the hovercraft thing shooting at the ship, and I haven't got past there yet. But I'd like to jump back on there and get to that point again without going through all the other stages, which are pretty easy now, but just take up time. So, Contra Spirits will be cool. I'll be able to work my way through that game to clock it. And I got Black. I've heard heaps about this game, how it's a good shooter, first person shooter, and that was only $10. So, stoked. And Resident Evil Outbreak File 2, $10 as well. Not really fussed on that game, might look at selling it if it goes for a bit. Now, we'll just rip into this. This came through really quickly. It was only ordered about 5 days ago, and it's here from Japan already. Every single, I don't think I've dealt with the seller before, but every game I've had from Japan always seems to be packed really well. And this is no exception. Sorry if it's a bit blocked up, got a touch of the cold at the moment. Sweet. Rushing Beat Ran. This is meant to be quite a good beat 'em up, and that completes my Rushing Beat series now, all 3 on the SNES. I've actually got the PAL version of the first one, Rival Turf, which is a very mediocre, subpar beat 'em up really. And if I hadn't picked up Rushing Beat Shura, the third of the series, I would have overlooked this, because I wasn't very impressed with the first one. But talk about a huge leap in quality of the game from the third. So, and I heard this one's pretty good too. You've got about 4 different characters, great graphics, way better moves than the first, and I got this for $3 US, plus about it was like $7 postage though, but still a good deal. Rushing Beat Shura, the third one, is a really, really good beat 'em up. So many moves, heaps of characters, awesome graphics, big stages, etc. So I'm really looking forward to playing this, playing the second in the series, if I hadn't just broken it then. So yeah, the Rushing Beat series complete. I know SNEStastic's a big fan of this series as well. He goes for the American games. I think it's called Rival Turf, the first one in America. The second one's called Brawl Brothers, I think. But they're also slightly changed gameplay. Apparently the American versions have like mazes in them and different paths. And Rushing Beat Shura is called Peacekeepers. in the US, which has been altered as well. But apparently on the US version you can unlock the Japanese version. So getting the US version of Rushing Beat Shura, the third one, is a good idea because you have 2 games in one basically. So I've probably rambled on for 10 minutes easy by now. So yeah guys, that's about it. And yeah, I really wanted to show Rez off. Just to let you guys know, check it out. If you can pick it up in the UK, it's quite cheap. So, sweet as. See you soon.